Hi, I'm Eric, and this is Jess from Blue Wave Printing. We're going to be talking about GenCon from a printer's point of view. So I want to talk about three things in today's video. The first thing is going to be the amount of people that were at GenCon. There was a staggering amount of people that showed up to this show, and I was really impressed by that. The second thing that I wanted to talk about was the fabric booths. We do a lot of fabric printing here at Blue Wave Printing, and I was really surprised and happy to see the amount of fabric that was being utilized out there. The third and final topic that I wanted to talk about was how GenCon had the demo booth set up and how awesome that was, and basically how awesome the experience was of going there and trying out the products.
So recently we've noticed an increase in people going to gaming conventions. GenCon was no different.
Yeah, seriously. I was like walking through the aisles, holding up the camera, trying to take pictures of the booths so I could show everybody at the store.
Yeah, walking around and brushing into people. You didn't have space to even move around, essentially.
Right.
Even getting in the lines, it was taking people like 2 hours to get their tickets to even get in the door.
I had talked to one person, they had said they waited for 2 hours to get their ticket to get in, which was crazy. And I missed out on a lot of my things that I wanted to do because I signed up too late. I didn't sign up for the demos that I really wanted to demo, so...
No, you had said there was availability there to get tickets on different times, but also to, like you said, pre-register for things so that you could take part. And then it was easier. You weren't waiting in line as long.
Right. So next year, I am definitely doing it differently, and I definitely want to go again. I'm going to be signing up for all of the games that I want to play way ahead of time.
So really just preparing for the actual convention.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to talk about GenCon from a printer's perspective. That is the main reason that I went there. I wanted to report back to my customers on what I had seen. The main thing that I had seen at GenCon was the use of fabric. I was blown away by the use of zip stands, pop-ups, fabric backdrops, table throws. They all looked great. And compared to vinyl banners, which you see at some of the local shows, it was a breath of fresh air to see that much fabric out at this big show. One of the coolest things that I had seen fabric zip stands utilized for was creating rooms. They had put the feet overlapping and made them into cubes to hide all of their products inside. This was a very effective way to hide the boxes.
So I had noticed a lot of the larger companies and smaller indie companies had both used fabric in their displays, which I thought was extremely cool.
Yeah, and you know, the price point on the fabric has come down over the last few years. More printers are utilizing it. It is so easy to transport, and now that the prices are better, you're seeing it on these huge companies, and you're also seeing it on the smaller companies. So I think that gives an edge up for the smaller competition to create the same stunning, clean booth displays that the larger companies do.
So say I decided I want to do a booth at GenCon this year, and I'm new, I've never done it before. What kind of advice would you give me?
Well, first of all, I would make sure that you have a good backdrop. The backdrop's going to set the mood of your booth. It's also going to call attention as you're walking by. I would also leave your booth open. Don't block it off with the table. And I would also put something out further, maybe like a banner stand that also has some information. I would make sure that your booth has matching colors. That is huge. You've got to make sure that if your main color is blue and white, that you've got blue and white up front on the banner, you've got blue and white in the background, that you're not going all over the place with different things. Try to stick with the same theme throughout. So an ideal booth for a first-time goer at a 10 by 10 is going to be a backdrop, whether that's a pop-up or a zip stand. The zip stands look clean. Lights, no lights, that's up to you. That's all personal preference, but just something that says, I'm here, this is what I do, nice and clean. And then your more information, smaller information is going to go up to the front. And if you're going to have demoing areas on a table, put that to the side.
Now, do you think, you said pop-up and zip stand, If it's just me working, is there one I would want? Like a zip stand is easier to set up than a pop-up.
That sounds like an extremely loaded question, but the pop-up is going to be one person. That's very easy for one person to set up. The zip stands are, you can set them up as one person, but it's much easier with two. So if you're a solo traveler, pop-up all the way.
Convenience-wise.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The zip stands, in my opinion, do look nicer because they're thinner. They have a better stretch fabric, and the sewing's on the sides, so you can't see it. And we did a video on that a little while ago,
which you guys can check out if you want.
Those are my main takeaways from going to GenCon. I had a blast. I love it when I can align work with my hobbies. If you have any questions for me or want us to answer any questions that you might have about setting up your trade show, whether it's at a gaming convention or at any other convention, then shoot me an email, eric@bluewaveprinting.com, or write a question in the comments. I also would like to post up some pictures on the blog of my going to the show.
Be sure to subscribe to this channel to see more content like this, and check out our insights blog at bluewaveprinting.com.
We'll get this eventually. It might take us like 3 weeks and 8 tries.
No, it's
and we're going to be
fine.
wearing different clothing, like in all the
Just
cuts.
dress the same
It'll be
every
a
time.
cut, and it'll just be like we're in a different place.